It was a ball! It was a blast! 'Cause I was hanging with the boys and that's a plus.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most shocking twists in musical theater history. We'll be discussing major spoilers, including some for the 2025 movie Wicked for Good, so consider this your spoiler warning.
Let's tell each other something we've never told anyone before. Okay, fine, I'll go first.
Number 10. Miss Trunchbull is Miss Honey's aunt. Matilda the Musical.
Where did you get the scarf?
Oh, it was my father's. Mum gave it to him before she died. She was
An acrobat.
well, yes, she was. How did you...
Okay, this might not be a surprise to fans of the 1996 movie version of Matilda, or the original 1988 Roald Dahl novel, but this twist is brilliantly set up in the musical. Throughout the musical, Matilda invents a long story to tell her librarian friend, Mrs. Phelps, about a beautifully tragic acrobat couple. The couple are excited to welcome their first child, but the mother dies just after giving birth, leaving the child to be raised by her evil aunt.
She was nothing but cruel to the little girl, making her wash and clean all day long, shouting, "Clean the floor and I'll be nice!" But when the little girl did clean it, she was even crueler, because she was a terrible, terrible cheat!
When Miss Honey reveals to Matilda that Miss Trunchbull is her aunt, Matilda realizes her story has been about Miss Honey the whole time. It's a unique touch to the musical, and a sweet character moment that highlights the strong connection between Matilda and Miss Honey.
And right by my side there was you, quietly taking your stand, and you were holding my hand.
Number 9. The Plants Take Over the World. Little Shop of Horrors. In the original Broadway production of Little Shop of Horrors, there are no happy endings. Audrey 2, the evil human-eating plant from outer space, succeeds in its villainous plot to grow and multiply until its alien plant race takes over our planet. The finale sees all of our main characters eaten to death, only to return in half-plant form as they ominously warn the audience, don't feed the plants. This ending might come as a shock for fans of the 1986 movie who haven't seen the stage production.
I know what's going on sometimes. Seems like the whole world's going crazy. At least we got each other, right?
An ending similar to this one was originally shot for the film, but tested poorly with audiences as it was too dark. An alternate ending was shot that left our main characters with a much happier ending. Number 8. Catherine is Pulitzer's daughter. Newsies.
There's a story behind the story, thousands of children exploited, invisible. Speak up, take a stand, and there's someone to write about it. That's how things get better.
The last person we expected to be related to spunky, go-getter reporter Catherine Plummer was the heartless newspaper publisher she was speaking out against, which is what makes this Act 2 reveal so shocking. It's Pulitzer, not Catherine, who reveals this information to the Newsies, specifically to sow distrust among them.
Jack, I didn't mean...
Don't trouble the boy with your problems, dearest. Mr. Kelly has a plate full of his own. Wouldn't you say so, Mr. Snyder?
This revelation causes a temporary rift between our two main characters, with Newsies ringleader Jack Kelly unsure if he can trust Catherine after everything her father has done to them. Thankfully, the two eventually make up and work together during a massive strike that finally forces Pulitzer to concede to the striking Newsies' demands.
Victory! Broadway story, gods and glory, I'm the king.
Number 7. Alice is Billy's mother, Bright Star.
If you knew my story, you'd have a good story to tell.
In this bluegrass musical written by Steve Martin and Edie Brickell, the story is woven across time periods to tell the story of newspaper editor Alice and the aspiring writer she takes under her wing, Billy. Seeing young Billy's adventures in life and romance inspires Alice to reminisce about her own youth, her brush with young love, and the resulting child she was forced to give up for adoption.
Way back in the day, you never would have had to ask ask me.
She has no idea where her son is in the world, or even if he's still alive. Still, she holds out hope that she might someday find him, eventually discovering he's right under her nose. Though Billy initially has a hard time accepting such a shocking truth, eventually he welcomes Alice into his life as his mother.
It's the day I've waited for.
Number 6. How Evan Really Broke His Arm. Dear Evan Hansen.
No one signed your cast.
No, I know.
I'll sign it.
Oh, you really don't have to.
Do you have a Sharpie?
Dear Evan Hansen's heavy topics of anxiety and depression make for a very emotional musical, but there is no moment more heartbreaking than when the cause of Evan's broken arm is finally revealed. We're initially led to believe that Evan broke his arm after falling from a tree, but in a heartfelt conversation with his mother, we learn that Evan intentionally jumped in an attempt to take his own life.
Do you hate me now? You should. You should. If you knew who I am, just how broken I am.
With this new information, Evan's cast, which is featured prominently on posters and playbills for the musical, takes on a new meaning. It symbolizes healing and hope, and resilience in the face of difficult mental health battles.
Don't let go. Just hold on and keep going. Just keep going.
Number 5. Kim dies to help her son. Miss Saigon.
This is the hour I swore I'd see. I alone can tell now what the end must be.
This adaptation of Puccini's Madame Butterfly, set during the Vietnam War, tells the tragic story of U.S. Marine Chris, Vietnamese girl Kim, and their young son Tam. When Chris returns to Vietnam years after the war to find Kim, Kim is shocked to see Chris's American wife Ellen accompanying him. Kim pleads with Chris and Ellen to take Tam back to America to provide a better life for him, but Ellen refuses.
Kim, your child needs you. Chris is married to me. We want kids of our own.
Tam's chance lies with you now, not with me.
Please, no, it won't work. He's your child. He's not mine.
Faced with what she thinks is no other option at the climax of the musical, Kim takes her own life so that Tam can have a better one. It's a tragic ending to an already emotional musical, and a poignant example of the extent a parent will go to provide for their child.
Look at me one more time. Don't forget what you see. One more kiss.
Number 4. They were Nazis the whole time. Cabaret.
Will you watch my coat? And the briefcase? I'm sorry, since you did not wish to know my politics.
This is the good cause.
Yes, you might expect that a musical set in Berlin in 1929 would have Nazis featured prominently in the plot, but Cabaret sets this twist up so brilliantly that you aren't expecting it, even if you were. Throughout Act 1, the Kit Kat Club Cabaret is presented as an endlessly fun den of indulgence, free thinking, and total liberation. The environment is immersive, bringing the audience into all the fun the characters are having.
So, life is disappointing. Forget it. We have no troubles here. Here, life is beautiful.
While characters hint at political unrest outside the Kit Kat Club, it isn't until the sudden reveal of Ernst Ludwig's red armband that we realize how deeply Nazi ideology has ingrained itself in Berlin. This reveal completely changes the tone of the rest of the musical, mirroring the real historical experience of Berliners at this time. Number 3. Christine Colgate is the Jackal. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
It was a fall, it was a kick, I loved it all, 'cause it was almost too prodigious to discuss.
This musical is based on the 1988 film, which in turn is a remake of the 1964 comedy Bedtime Story. Premiering on Broadway in 2005, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels follows two con artists keeping a wary eye out for the legendary con artist known only as the Jackal, while attempting to scam the naive Christine Colgate.
Party, baby, fly, fly.
The Lawrence and Freddie's relationship starts off akin to one of mentor-mentee. The eventual rivals become wrapped up in a bet that would mean the loser has to leave town. So both the con men and the audience are completely bamboozled when it's revealed that not only is Colgate herself the jackal, but she also knew about their ruse the entire time, and she scammed them right back in return.
You know, boys, I cleared over $5 million last year, but your $50,000 was the most fun I ever had.
Number 2. The beggar woman is Lucy Barker, Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Out of here, woman!
She's the devil's wife. Oh, beware her, sir. Beware of her. She was not being
Out! I
caught.
said out!
Hey, don't I know you, sister?
Sweeney Todd is one of Stephen Sondheim's darkest musicals, but it also contains one of the biggest twists in Broadway history. As we get to know our protagonist throughout the musical, we learn that Todd's real name is Benjamin Barker, and he has a daughter named Joanna, whose mother Lucy died by poisoning herself.
15 years of sweating in a living hell on a trumped-up charge. 15 years of dreaming that perhaps I might come home to a loving wife and child!
Throughout the show, we also meet the beggar woman, an impoverished Londoner who's often confused and upset by her surroundings with no explanation. Tragically, it's only after Todd kills the beggar woman in a panic that he realizes she was indeed his wife Lucy, and that the widowed Mrs. Levitt knew about Lucy's survival as well.
You lied to me!
No, not lied at all. No one ever lied. Said she took the poison. She did. Never said that she died. Poor thing, she lived, but it left a week in the head. Well, she did for basketball, just lie there in bed. Should have been in hospital, wound up in bedlam instead.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Gabe is dead, next to normal.
Unresolved loss can lead to depression. Fear of loss to anxiety.
Abuela Claudia won the lottery, In the Heights.
Oh, you did. No, you didn't! No, you did not! Yo, you playing tricks on me!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Elphaba survives, Wicked.
Someday there'll be a celebration throughout Oz. That's all to do with me.
Since the release of the blockbuster movie musical adaptation of Wicked, everyone's been talking about this musical, but they only know half the story. Yes, although the entire musical opens with a massive musical number celebrating the death of the Wicked Witch, Elphaba actually survives in Wicked. This twist is especially shocking because the Wicked Witch's death in The Wizard of Oz is an incredibly well-known, iconic scene that's been referenced and parodied for decades.
I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world! Who thought a good little girl like you could destroy my beautiful wickedness?
It's not uncommon to hear audience members gasp when Elphaba emerges from the trapdoor to greet Fiyero, who's also the Scarecrow now. Double spoiler for Wicked for Good. It's a twist no one saw coming, and one we can't wait to see on the big screen. What musical twist shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments.
I trust you know my daughter, Catherine. Yes.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.